everyone, this is Maki. Do you like heavily armed mobile suits? I absolutely love them. The sight of Sari Gundam firing a multitude of beams is incredibly reassuring. The Gundam Prototype Unit 2 looks hefty with its heavy armor, but the sight of it flying at high speeds with high output thrusters is quite cool, isn't it? And Unicorn Gundam in full armor mode is extremely cool too, right? There are a lot of Gundams that use a plethora of special weapons, like beam weapons. But how about a Gundam that fires a lot of metal bullets? The Gundam I'll be explaining today is this one. It's the Gundam Hideon Sky. This Gundam appears in Endless Waltz, which tells the story after the conclusion of the TV anime series, Gundam Wing. The Gatling guns, equipped on both arms and the missiles, and Gatling cannons mounted all over its body are incredibly attractive, aren't they? It's a powerful Gundam that stirs up a storm of bullets on the battlefield. Today, I'll be giving you an explanation about the Gundam Hideon Sky. The Gundam Hideon Sky is said as the same entity as the Gundam Hideon Sky that appeared in the TV anime. At least that was the setting when the story of Endless Waltz was announced. Actually, its current status is a bit more complicated in derivative works such as the spin-off comics titled Glory of the Losers. A Gundam Hideons with a different design and equipment from the TV anime version appears, and the Gundam Hideon Sky appears as an enhanced form of that. No clear definition has been announced. When Mr. Hajime Katoki designed the Gundam Hideon Sky introduced in this program, he stated that he designed it as the same entity. It's designed with an image similar to when actors appear in different costumes, in card and scenes to express gratitude to fans, such as in fan services or musicals. Let's focus on the visual differences from the TV version first. The color has been significantly changed. The color of the TV version Hideons was decided by a commercial judgment based on the comprehensive observation of the designs of the Gundams. It's because there's not enough red in the Gundam team's coloring. In the Endless Waltz version, the color was changed partly because the commercial reason of continuing broadcasting for a year, like the TV version, was not as strong. It's a cool color like a tank. The TV version color is cool with red that suggests flames. But blue is also a cool color. And the equipped weapons have greatly increased. This is a big difference from the other four Gundams. Other Gundams have reduced the types of weapons, changing each weapon in a form that makes a stronger impression. What kind of image do you think is required of Hideons? That's why it's the image of a walking powder keg. Considering such a reason, it's a very natural change. The double Gatling guns equipped on one arm have been equipped on both arms. Furthermore, the number of Gatling guns in the chest has increased from 2 to 4. But that's not all. While the TV version was said to be equipped with 6 homing missiles, the Endless Waltz version has increased to 36. The micro missiles have also increased from 24 to 52. That's an amazing increase. On the other hand, the army knife that was equipped on the arm has been removed. However, in the novel version, there are scenes where the army knife is used to fight enemy mobile suits. It's a Gundam truly filled with gunpowder all over its body, by the way. When it appears on the battlefield, it is equipped with a crown mask that covers half of its face. It's very charming, isn't it? You think it's a useless piece of equipment because it hides the camera. Not at all. The leisure of not forgetting humor is what brings out strength. Anna Ore from the original Gundam also said, if I've only lost the main camera, I can continue the fight. when he lost his head. There is no problem even if half of the camera is hidden. In fact, Troll has been very active with the Gundam Helium Sky. Gundam Helium Sky was originally called Gundam Helium Sky Custom. When it was announced, this was a measure to sell Pro models, and sold with a name that was easy to distinguish from the TV Ani version. However, the name Custom also caused a misunderstanding that it is an enhanced form of the TV Ani version. Therefore, recently it is often referred to as Gundam Helium Sky Endless Waltz version. Now, let's check out the ornament. First, there's the head-mounted Vulcan gun. This is a familiar weapon. There are no scenes where it's used alone. In the Battle of Endless Waltz, many battles against overwhelming numbers of enemies are carried out. The lack of opportunities to use it to distract enemies or aim at sensors and the like is probably the reason. Gundam pilots driven into a corner at the end of the battle talk about not having any weapons or energy left. It is assumed that it was used in conjunction with other weapons. The machine cannon on the shoulder is also equipped as usual. Next is the Gatling gun installed in the chest. As I mentioned earlier, the number of barrels has doubled from the TV version, making it more powerful. In fact, there are some improvements. In the TV Ani version of Helium's, the cockpit hatch becomes exposed when the chest Gatling gun cover is opened. That's scary. However, in the Endless Waltz version, the cockpit hatch armor and Gatling gun cover are separate parts. This is a pilot-friendly change. We must thank Mr. Hajime Kotoki. What about the homing missiles? In the TV Ani version, they were mounted on both shoulders. In the Endless Waltz version, they are loaded into parts attached to the wings. It's the original Gundam Zaku that pioneered the wing-mounted missile part. And what about the micro missiles? In the TV Ani version, they were equipped in the launcher pods of the wings. In the Endless Waltz version, they are loaded inside the armor on both shoulders and waist. It's literally a walking arsenal. Lastly, there's the distinctive double Gatling gun. In the TV Ani version, it was only equipped on the left arm. Helium's was a Gundam with very poor balance. Because it had a heavy weapon on one arm, the imbalance was compensated for by Troll's piloting skills. In the Endless Waltz version, it's equipped on both arms. This has improved the balance, of course. With the overall weight increase, it's hard to say that piloting has become easier. In the TV Ani version, the double Gatling gun was a beam weapon. In the Endless Waltz version, it has been changed to a type that fires metal bullets. But there's a point that further complicates the situation. In a plastic model named Master Grade, it is explained as a beam weapon. This model is a product released by the company that owns the rights to the Gundam series. That means it's an official setting. What if we think of it this way? Both beam Gatling guns and metal bullet Gatling guns exist, and it would be natural to think that they are chosen. When soaring in the Battle of Endless Waltz, spent shell casings are depicted, so there's no doubt that the bullets used in this battlefield are metal bullets, not beams. By the way, I've explained several times that the Endless Waltz version of the Gundam Helium Sky is the same entity as the TV Ani version, but there are a few differences in the settings. First is the model number of the mobile suit. In the TV Ani version, it was XXXG-01H2. In the Endless Waltz version, it has been changed to XXXG-01H2. It has been changed to the specification, where the number 2 is added just like Ultron Gundam and Gundam Death Sketch Hell. And one more thing, the weight of the mobile suit has increased by 0.5 tons. It's only natural considering all the additional armament. But it might be surprising that despite all these added weapons, the increase is only 500 kilograms. Let's take a look at the impressive feats performed by the Gundam Heavy Sky on the other Gundam pilot salvage a Gundam that was jettisoned towards the sun for disposal in order to stand against the uprising of the mecha army. Their strategy is a surprise attack through a rapid descent from outside the Earth's atmosphere. With their Gundams at this time, Gundam Sandrokai is flying with a heat-resistant mantle, and Gundam Dead Skitch Hell is flying with its active cloak, which serves as defensive armor. Surprisingly, Gundam Heavy Sky is not wearing any defensive gear at all. It bravely dives into the atmosphere with both arms wide open, showcasing the robustness of the Gundam alloy. Heavy Sky then rushes to the aid of Talgi 3 and Taurus, who have been fighting against more than 400 serpent units at this point. Tro states that there are still 250 units remaining. While that's a substantial number, the amount that has been destroyed is equally impressive. Tro declares if each of us takes down 50 units, we'll manage that's a feasible number in a combat scenario, where only mobile suits need to be destroyed. Even the exhausted Talgi 3 and Taurus have their assignments. This perhaps reveals the trust placed in Zex, and annoying. With acrobatic maneuvers and heavy firepower, Heavy Sky bewilders and attacks the large serpent force. Observation of the damage to the serpent reveals that the bullet fuse has been removed. A fuse is a component that activates when a bullet or shell hits an enemy or comes close. It's the part that triggers the explosion or armor-piercing mechanism without the fuse. It means that Heavy Sky's attacks are purely high-speed metal colliding with the enemy. The destructive power is significantly restrained unless it precisely shoots and destroys weak points and sensors. Incapacitation will be impossible. This not only shows the capabilities of Heavy Sky, but also reveals the superior piloting skills of Tro. However, the enemy numbers are immense. They have increased due to reinforcements since Tro and his comrades arrived. Tro intercepts the missiles fired from the serpents. He shoots down the missiles with Gatling gun fire. But not even Tro's skill can destroy them all. Heavy Sky is engulfed in explosions and eventually runs out of bullets. Duo states that by using the self-destruct device, they can destroy half of the remaining enemies. The Gundams are made of Gundam alloy, the most powerful metal featured in the Gundam Wing story. And so the self-destruct device capable of destroying a Gundam is incredibly powerful. Tro refuses to use the self-destruct device. He can accept the risk of losing his own life, but doesn't think it's right to take the lives of the mecha army soldiers. Tro understands that these soldiers are merely being used as pawns by the real instigators. Then when Gundam Zero appears in the sky, it executes an attack with the twin buster rifle aimed at the mecha army's shelter. When Gundam Zero crumbles under the attack of the large serpent force. However, upon witnessing the never-give-up attitude of the Gundams, the people wise they head to the battlefield to attain peace. Seeing this, the mecha army soldiers also recognize the folly of their fight. They exit their cockpits, throw away their guns, burn their military uniforms, and dispose of them thanks to Tro's decision. Those who desired peace did not lose their lives. In the final scene of the story, Heavy Sky is demolished by the self-destruct device. The Heavy Sky, which had been firing rounds as a walking armory, disappears in a gentle frame, marked by the smiles of the Gundam pilots. That concludes our discussion on the Gundam Helium Sky. Those who watched Endless Waltz may have noticed something intriguing. The enemy's mobile suits, the serpents, bear a striking resemblance to the Helium Sky. There's a reason for this. Dekim Barden, who founded the Mecha Army, is the head of the Barden Foundation, an organization that supported the production of Gundam Helium's The Serpent, which was being prepared as his next main mobile suit was developed with Helium's later incorporated into it. The serpent that appeared in Endless Waltz is the result of this. So, you could say that Helium Sky and the serpent share a sibling-like relationship. What aspects of the Gundam Helium Sky do you love? I personally enjoy the scene where it fires its double Gatling guns, then unleashes a volley from its missiles and chest-mounted Gatling gun. The smooth movement as it unfolds its double Gatling guns to either side is just so cool. I'd be thrilled if you could share your favorite scenes in the comments. Now, let me share something exciting with you. I've been silent until now, but a vast army of serpents is closing in on your home. But don't worry, the subscribe button right in front of you is actually the firing switch for the double Gatling guns. You can launch the chest-mounted Gatling cannon with the like button, and by pressing the bell button, you can release all the missiles. With such an arsenal, you'll surely be able to defend your home. Given all the knowledge about Helium Sky you've gained from this lecture, you're guaranteed to win, and even if you were to lose, the public, having seen your efforts, will surely rise for the sake of peace. I wish you the best of luck. See you in the next episode.